Hello. Hi, it's Lindsay and Peter from Edward Bear.
Hello.
Hello, we were really missing you. It's Thursday today. Edward Bear Day. We're very pleased to see you. Chris sends her love from the kitchen, and Irene and Joan. And so does Lynn at the table. And Janet in the cupboard. Caroline, who does all the lovely drawings, and also so does Amy. Duncan and Amanda. And Joan.
And Edward Bear.
And Edward Bear. Well, what do we first do when we come to Edward Bear? We sing the song, don't we? Are you ready? Take a big breath. We're pleased to see you at Edward Bear, Edward Bear, Edward Bear. Pleased to see you at Edward Bear, Edward Bear on a Thursday. First of all we come to church, come to church, come to church. First of all we come to church, Edward Bear on a Thursday. We light the candles and ring the bell. Now then, we can light the candle and we can ring the bell. So, first of all, let's get a match. Be very careful not to burn your fingers. Are you ready? Now then, who is the big candle for?
Wow.
Now, who do we think it's for? It's for...
It's got to be Jesus, hasn't it?
Absolutely, yeah. Peter, it's Jesus. And what does Janet say? Janet says that we bring Jesus into our heads, into our hearts, and all around us. He's right with you and us this very moment in your house. That's a lovely thought, isn't it? Can't see him, but we know he's there in there. Now then, who should we light the other candle for? We have another candle here. Now then, has anybody got a birthday? Have you got a birthday? Have you? And should we light one for that?
I think so.
And has anybody got a poorly? Is anybody not very well? So we'll light a candle for birthdays, very exciting, and poorlies. Whoops. No, we've not done that very well, have we? Let's do it again. Be careful not to burn our fingers. Are you ready? There we go. So that candle is for all the happy birthdays today and all the poorlies. We light the candles and ring the bell. Peter, can you ring the bell, please?
Isn't that good?
That's
I
told
love doing that.
all of Ashbourne that we've rung the bell at Edward Bear.
Can I do it again?
One more. Oh!
Just to make sure everybody's awake, in Ashbourne.
Now then, thank you, Peter. You have to be quiet now.
Okay.
Now we put the candles over here a minute. There we are. Now, I think before we have a story from Peter, we'll sing Wind the Bobbin Up. Are you ready? Big breath. Wind the bobbin up, wind the bobbin up, pull, pull, clap, clap, clap. Wind it back again, wind it back again, pull, pull, clap, clap, clap. Point to the windows, point to the floor, point to the ceiling and point to the door. Clap your hands together,
1, 2, 3.
Put your hands upon your knee. Well, we nearly got it right, didn't we?
Do better
We
next
did.
time.
We'll do it better next time. Now then, Peter has got... Oh, first of all, here's Ted. Wave to everybody, little Ted. There, that's little Teddy. And we've got a little black dog here. Hello. Hello, everyone. And we've got a lamb.
Oh, really?
We have.
Well,
We've got
that's
a
very
lamb
good,
today.
actually.
And this lamb
Yeah.
is going to be very special soon. We've got a name for her. Now then, I'm going to let Peter tell the story. Just a minute then. I'm going to make room for him. Just don't go away.
Well, hello again. I hope you're all sitting comfortably. I'm going to begin with my story. Last week, you might remember that Edward made a new friend, Daisy. Well, two actually. He he realised that Jesus was his friend also. So let the adventure continue. This one is called Edward Bear Meets Skippy. Now, every Thursday morning, Edward Bear couldn't wait for Daisy to arrive. This was his new friend. And sure enough, in she came a few weeks later, but this time she had brought with her a beautifully white woolen lamb. She's called Skippy. Skippy, meet my friend Edward Bear, she said. Mummy says that we can leave Skippy here with you, because Mummy says I have so many soft toys in my bedroom. Will you look after her? Because she's had a really horrible time. We found her in the park, and I think they have been playing football with her. And when we found her, she was sitting in a ditch and was very dirty and bedraggled. Skippy did look rather shocked, and it seemed she didn't quite know where she was. She seemed quite lost. But we sat together, and later over to the church we went, with bell ringing and more stories and more musical instruments and more prayers, once again bringing Jesus into our hearts and into our minds, right where we were at that very moment. And we did some singing, and by the time Skippy and I got back, I think we felt quite comfortable with each other. So that when Daisy left, we were all placed back in the big toy cupboard and sat looking at each other. I was a bear, and Skippy was a lamb. But that didn't seem to matter. We sat there and heard the cupboard door get closed, and then it got locked. And then all the people who organised Edward Bear left, and the staff upstairs who make a lot of noise, they all left, and it got darker. And we just sat looking at each other in the light from the lamp in the churchyard that shone through the window. And then Edward said, "Are you all right, Skippy?" "No, I don't feel all right. Not long ago, I was Snow White, and I could leap in the sky and run around the field with all the other lambs. Now I feel a bit strange. So I'm not all right, and I feel a bit strange having been through the washing machine and then pegged on the clothesline to dry. But that is not why I don't feel right. I'm missing being with those children. They have such fun, and I want to be part of their fun. I want to do what you do, Edward Bear, which is to help the children to have fun. And maybe some children who might be sad, well, I'd like to be with them, so they can begin to feel what it is like to have a friend. That would make me very happy. And I might even feel like Skippy again." Some time passed while Edward Bear thought about what had just happened, and they both fell into silence, not quite sure what to do or what to say next. Then a little voice perked up. "And me?" Well, gosh, that was a surprise to both Skippy and to Edward Bear. Where was it coming from? "And me, I want to be part of this." Well, they looked around and they couldn't see anything moving at all. But they did notice that suddenly all the toys, the bicycles, the cars, the other teddy bears, and the dolls and the little cars in the big polythene box, and all the other little objects strewn about this very busy and well-packed room, were all looking at them. "And me, and me, and me," in a very deep voice. "And me, and me, and me," and lots of different voices. Well, the whole room erupted. And then everyone shuddered as we heard the loud noise of a tractor sounding its horn. "Honk, honk." "Oh, stop it, Roger," said Penelope, the rather large doll. "You always do that." Well, never before had the toy cupboard been so filled with such excitement. Never before had the toys ever talked, either to themselves and certainly not to each other. All fell silent once again, Roger honked more quietly, and Dave the digger spun round and laughed out loudly in applause. Silence fell in the room, and it covered them like a blanket. Everyone went quiet, and no one knew quite what to do next. Well, the daylight faded, and it became night time very quickly. Lights out, heating off. Then the night owl flew and hooted through the churchyard, unaware of such excitement within the toy cupboard. The passing light-footed fox glided along the church centre hall wall, while the badger, noisy and slow, sniffed around, cleaning up the land before returning home to settle for the night. Even Goosey stopped honking. The churchyard lamp went out. Morning came, the sun was up, and a glorious new day was about to start. So wait for the next part of the story, hey? Thank you, Lindsay.
Thank you, Peter. That was lovely, wasn't it? And we actually have got Skippy. She's here with us. Look, Snow White, been through the washing machine, pegged on the line, and she's with us.
And wants to be with you.
And you, yes. Wow. Now, Peter, we've got one of the things to do.
Okay.
We've got to blow these candles out. Shall we do that very carefully?
Idea.
Because we're going to close now, aren't we? We always blow the candles out because it's dangerous otherwise.
Well done.
But because we've blown the candle out, doesn't mean to say that Jesus isn't with us. He's here all the time. He's with you right now. Before we go, we'll sing our favourite song. You ready? It's Happy and You Know It. Clap your hands. 1, 2, 3. Oh, if you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it and you really want to show it. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, stamp your feet. If you're happy and you know it, stamp your feet. If you're happy and you know it and you really want to show it. If you're happy and you know it, stamp your feet. If you're happy and you know it, nod your head. If you're happy and you know it, nod your head. If you're happy and you know it and you really want to show it. Happy and you know it, nod your head. If you're happy and you know it, shout, I am, I am. If you're happy and you know it, shout, I am, I am. If you're happy and you know it and you really want to show it. Happy and you know it, shout, I am,
I am.
If you're happy and you know it, do a four.
I am.
If you're happy and you know it, do a four.
I am.
If you're happy and you know it and you really want to show it. If you're happy and you know it, do a four. I am. Bye, everyone.
Goodbye.
Until we see you again very soon. Bye then. Bye.